A very good morning to all the participants of this webinar and welcome on behalf of the DTRTI Lucknow to the DTRTI Lucknow webinars 2021. And today we are going to study Consignment Accounts Part 5 as part of our series on bookkeeping and accountancy. So friends, we begin with illustration 5 today. Shri Mehta of Mumbai has consigned 1,000 cases of 1,000 each to Sri Sundaram of Chennai. And Shri Mehta has paid the following expenses in connection with the consignment. He has paid carriage, freight and loading charges, and Sri Sundaram has sold 700 cases. Sri Sundaram, who is the consignee, has sold 700 cases at 1400 per case. That is the sale price. And he incurs the expenses like clearing charges, warehouse and packing. 50 cases have been lost in transit and 100 cases are still going on in transit. Sri Sundaram is entitled to a commission of 10% on the gross sales. So we are supposed to draw the consignment account and Sundaram's account also. Sundaram's account means consignee's account in the books of the consignor Sri Mehta. So first of all, the first entry will be the debit in the consignment account in respect of the goods which were sent on consignment. So goods were sent at a cost of 1,000 each. So 1,000 into 1,000 gives us a value of 10 lakh. Thereafter, some expenses have been incurred on carriage, freight and loading, and total of those is coming to 50,000. So this 50,000 has been debited here in the consignment account. Thereafter, consignee has also made some expenses in relation to consignment. So those expenses are also added here, 31,500, which is the total of these three figures. The sale has been made 1,400 into 700, that is 9,80,000. And then we have two entries that we have to understand. Loss in transit, the abnormal loss of 50 cases, which were lost in transit. So since these were lost in transit, we'll be adding the expenses incurred by the consignor, which are these three expenses. And therefore, in relation to the 50 cases, these expenses will be taken proportionately. So as we can see the calculation of the expenses, because expenses are 50,000 and cases are 1,000. So per case expenses was 50 rupees. Therefore, we'll add 50 rupees to 1,000 rupees in order to get the total cost of the in order to get the per case cost of the items which are lost, the cases which are lost. So we'll multiply 1,050 with 50. 1,050 has been multiplied by 50 to get 50,000, 52,500, which is an abnormal loss on transit. And as you have seen that abnormal loss in transit has to be credited to the consignment account. Thereafter, in terms of the inventories which are left, so out of the 1,000 cases which were sold, which were sent, as part of the consignment, 700 have been sold and 50 have been lost in transit. So remaining are 250. Sorry, 100 are still in transit. So out of the 1,000 cases which were sent, 700 were sold, so we'll minus 700, so we are remaining with 300. Out of the 300, 50 are lost in transit, so we get 250, and the 100 are still in transit. So we minus this and we get 150. So 150 are left in hand and 100 are in transit. So in respect of those cases which are still in transit, they will be valued at the rate at which the loss in transit has been valued, because only the consignor's expenses will be added here. But however, in case of these inventories which are in hand, all those expenses which are incurred by the consignee to bring the consignment to the location and condition of the consignee, they are also supposed to be added. So those expenditures are the clearing charges. Therefore, clearing charges have to be taken proportionately, and clearing charge is 8,500, and they are to be taken for 850 cases, because 100 cases are still in transit, 50 are lost. So the clearing charges have been incurred in respect of 850 cases, which is coming to rupees 10 per case. So we'll multiply rupees 10 with 1 for per case. We'll add rupees 10 to rupees 1,050 to get a figure of 1,060 for every case which is in hand of the inventory. So we'll multiply 1,060 with 150 to get a inventory valuation of the cases which are still left at 1,59,000 rupees. So total we are getting the consignment inventory valuation at 2,64,000 rupees. So after doing all this, we get a profit on consignment of 1,17,000 rupees. So on this entire consignment business, till this date, when this is being drawn, the profit which has been made is 1,17,000 rupees. However, all the items are still not sold, so maybe they will be sold. If they are not sold, then they will be returned back. And if we look at the Sundaram's account, we are seeing that he has made a sale of 9,80,000 rupees. So on behalf of the consignor, so he has to pay 9,80,000 rupees to the consignor. So in the consignor's account, Sundaram account has been debited and consignment to Chennai account has been credited. In the books of the consignor, this is the consignment account has been credited. Consignment to Chennai or consignment account, the same thing, that has been credited, and Sundaram's account has been debited, because Sundaram is supposed to pay 9,80,000 rupees. Out of this, he has already paid expenses of 31,500 on behalf of the consignor, so that will be reduced. He has to get commission of 98,000 at the rate of 10% of the gross sale. Gross sale is 9,80,000 rupees. 10% of it is 98,000 rupees. And finally, whatever balance is coming, 8,50,500, this Sundaram will be paying actually to the consigner, who in this case happens to be Sri Mehta. So if he had already paid, then you would have found the entry here, that bank entry would have been here, but since this has not been paid so far, it will be paid. So this is a balance carried down. So therefore we are assuming here that this amount has not yet been paid by Sundaram, so he will be paying this amount. Now let us look at illustration 6. Now Ajay of Mumbai has consigned to Vijay of Delhi. So Vijay is the consignee and Ajay is the consigner. And Ajay has consigned to Vijay goods which were to be sold at invoice price, and the invoice price, or the pro forma invoice price rather, represents 125% of the cost. So what is happening here is that in the pro forma invoice, the goods are at cost plus value. Now Vijay is entitled to a commission of 10% on the sales. That is the commission of the consigner, and it will be calculated on the sale at invoice price, and 25% of any excess realized over the invoice price will also belong to Vijay in form of his commission. So commission can be a certain percentage of the invoice price also to some extent. Thereafter, the consigner Ajay has incurred expenses on freight and insurance of 10,000 rupees, and the account sales has been received by Ajay. Ajay, the consigner, has received the account sales, and which shows that Vijay has effected a sale amounting to rupees 1 lakh rupees in respect of the 75% of the consignment. So 75% of the consignment that was sent to Vijay, he has sold 75% of the entire consignment, and he has realized 1 lakh rupees on that, or he's supposed to realize 1 lakh rupees on that. So total sale amount is 1 lakh rupees. His selling expenses, consigner's selling expenses, which were to be 8,000. Consignment goods of the value of 12,500 rupees were destroyed in the fire at Delhi Godown, and insurance company has paid 12,000 rupees net of the salvage amount. So the goods of the value 12,500 rupees were destroyed, but insurance company has paid 12,000 rupees so far. It has, promised to pay, or rather paid. So 500 it has not paid. Now Vijay has remitted the balance amount which is supposed to be remitted to Ajay, and therefore we are supposed to make the consignment account. Now first thing first, as we can see here, in the books of Ajay, as we are seeing here, 75% of the items have been sold for 1 lakh rupees, which means that the total invoice price must have been 1,25,000 rupees, because 75% of the goods have been sold. So therefore, what we are doing is we are debiting the consignment account by 1,25,000 rupees. This is the value of the consignment at cost plus 25%, which is 125% of the cost. So as far as 125% of cost is concerned, that comes to 1,25,000 rupees. These are the goods which were consigned for sale. Now here some expenses have been incurred, so 10,000 are expenses on freight and insurance. That is also added here. Vijay has also made some expenses which Vijay has to be reimbursed. So consignor's expenses are also debited to the profit and loss account, to the consignment account, and then Vijay is being paid commission here. Now, as far as commission is concerned, he has to pay 10% on sales and 25% of the excess over the invoice price. So we'll have to just check this calculation out of the commission. Now, invoice price, because 1,25,000 is the invoice price of the goods which were sold. So actually what is happening here is that the goods which were sold, they were sold for 1 lakh rupees, and therefore invoice price of those goods will be 75% of rupees 1,25,000 rupees. Which is coming to 93,750. So we can say that that invoice price is 93,750. This is the invoice price of the goods sold. And excess of selling price over invoice price we are finding out. Selling price is 1 lakh rupees because goods were sold for 1 lakh rupees and their corresponding invoice price was 93,750. Why the corresponding invoice price was 93,750? Because 75% of the goods have been sold. So total invoice price was 1,25,000 rupees, but out of which 75% have been sold. So in respect of the goods sold, the invoice price is 75% of 1,25,000, which is 93,750. This is the pro forma invoice price rather, but sale price is 1 lakh rupees. So excess of the sale price over the invoice price is 6,250. 1 lakh minus is 93,750, and 25% of this has to be added 25% of 6250 will be added to the total commission of 10% of the 93,750, which is the 10% of the invoice price. So as we can see, calculation of commission is mentioned 10% on sales at the invoice price. Invoice, when we say invoice price, it means the pro forma invoice price. The pro forma invoice price is 1,25,000 rupees, as mentioned here. So now thereafter what happens is that there were 10% of the goods have been lost. So let us look at the firstly we'll look at the calculation of how we have valued the goods sent on consignment. So 12,500 rupees is the abnormal loss at the invoice price, which is mentioned here. This amount is being used to calculate the goods sent on consignment, because 10% of the consignment goods of the value 12,500 rupees. So total value was 12,500 rupees, out of which 10% were lost. 10% of goods whose value was 12,500 rupees were lost. So therefore, we'll convert this 10% to 100%, and therefore we will get a figure of 1,25,000 rupees as goods sent on consignment. So goods sent on consignment is being calculated from this information, which is mentioned here. That if 10% of the goods were valued at 12,500 rupees, then 100% of the goods will be valued at 12,500 rupees into 10. So that is how this calculation of goods sent on consignment has been done, 1,25,000 rupees. And thereafter, the loading of the goods sent on consignment comes to 25 upon 125 of this 1,25,000 rupees, which is 25,000 rupees. So this is the amount of the loading that has been done. Loading is the value of the additional 25% of the cost. So if 125% of the cost is equal to 1,25,000 rupees and 25% is the loading, so therefore the loading cost is calculated at 25,000 rupees. And as we have seen that the loading amount has to be credited to the consignment account. Wherever the goods have been loaded on, the price has been loaded on, this loading has to be added to the consignment account, so that in the consignment, for the purpose of the consignment account, the loading is reduced from the goods sent on consignment value amount, as mentioned here, because the consignment which was sent was including the loading charge was 1,25,000 rupees. From there, this 25,000 gets reduced by crediting the consignment account with the loading amount. Now let us calculate the abnormal loss. So abnormal loss at invoice price was 12,500 rupees. So we have to get to the abnormal loss at the cost value. So we do 100 upon 125 of that to get a value of 10,000 rupees. And then we add the proportionate expenses of Ajay, which is proportionate to the total value. So let us see, because 10% has been lost, so 10% proportion will take of the expenses made by Ajay. So Ajay has made expenses of 10,000 rupees, the consignor. So we'll take 10% of 10,000 because 10% goods have been lost. So 10% of 10,000 gives us 1,000. So we'll load the expenses upon the cost to get a value of 11,000 rupees. So 11 abnormal cost is to be calculated on the abnormal loss is to be calculated on the cost. Even the consignment profits are to be calculated on cost, and that is why the loading is to be credited here. Now the sales have been mentioned at 1 lakh rupees because the sales have been made by Vijay at 1 lakh rupees. Then we have to see the inventories, the calculation of the inventories. So to calculate the inventory, first of all, we are taking the basic invoice price of the consignment at 1,25,000 rupees. On that, we are adding the expenses of the consignment. 10,000 total figure comes to 1,35,000. And for calculating the valuation of closing inventory, we are taking 15% of 1,35,000 at 20,250. And the loading amount in closing inventory is separately calculated at 15% of 25,000. So loading, part of the loading, proportionate part of the loading is also taken here. Now, $18,750 is 15% of 1,25,000 is the basic invoice price of the goods sent on consignment remaining unsold, because 85% of the goods have been sold because 10% of the goods have been lost. And 75% of the goods have been sold, and 10% has been lost. Remaining are 15% because 75 is sold, 10% is lost. So that gives us 85% and 15% are remaining. So 15 in respect of 15% of the goods, the closing inventory is being taken. So inventory is 20,250, as you can see here. Value of the closing inventory 20,250. That is 15% of the price loaded with the expenses. The price is taken at the invoice price value here. So the inventory is valued at 20,250. Of course, we know that we are going to debit out of these inventories an amount of 3,750 for the reserve, which will be taken on the debit side, and that is the amount which is the loading amount on the closing inventory. So either we reduce the loading amount here itself out of this 20,250, or we, in fact, the better thing to do, and that is what is done, is that we debit the loading amount on the closing inventory, because this closing inventory is being taken on the value of the pro forma invoice, and since pro forma invoice is being overvalued by a certain margin, therefore loading amount by a loading margin. So whatever loading amount is there, that is to be reduced. So therefore that will be debited here and credited to the inventory's reserve account. So that is how this loading is. The loading amount has to be calculated at the rate of 15% because 15% items are remaining. So since total loading is 25,000 rupees, as has been calculated earlier, out of this loading we take 15% as the loading on the closing inventory, and this loading is debited to the profit to the consignment account and credited to the reserve account. So that is how it's been done, and therefore we have general profit. In the general profit and loss account, this the difference between the sales side and the expenses side. Sales side is a little lesser than the expenses, so there is a loss happening here of 1438 rupees. Now, when we make the consignees account, then sale was made at 1 lakh rupees, and then the expenses have to be reimbursed 8,000, and 10,938 is the commission. As you can see, commission 10,938, that is to be given to Vijay. And then finally, whatever is remaining of that, 81,062, this check has been paid to Ajay, to the consignor. As has been written in the question, that check has been paid. So that's how we have understood this particular illustration also. And with that, we come to the end of consignment accounts and the end of this particular webinar also.